Yo, what is going on, guys? It is DaBoss for another video today. Today, guys, I'm going to be doing yet another game review. First off, if you guys haven't checked out the review that I did a week ago, I believe, on Pokemon Emerald for the GBA, I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to go check that out. It was a really fun and very nostalgic game for me to review, so it was fun all around. But today's video is actually going to be reviewing another Pokemon game, which is, again, another GBA, Pokemon Fire Red for the Game Boy Advance. Now, I got a request from someone in the last video who commented, like, hey, you should do Pokemon Fire Red. And to be honest, it was a game that I was thinking about doing anyway, considering how I'm starting to review older games now, so that's a good thing, I guess, then. But, yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for games you want me to review, I will gladly do them, and I will definitely take them into consideration, depending on what the game is. But either way, though, guys, with all that aside, let's just jump straight into the review today. So, Fire Red, I would say, out of all the older Pokemon games that I even currently own and or played, it would probably have to be my second favorite game. Now, Fire Red is very, very similar to Leaf Green. In fact, to be honest with you guys, I haven't noticed a key difference in either game. I actually didn't get Fire Red in the beginning when I started playing the Pokemon GBA games. I actually had Leaf Green. So I didn't start off with the original games that these, see, like Fire Red and Leaf Green, they're remakes, pretty much, of, like, the original games on the original Game Boy. Like, Red, Blue, and even that Pikachu Yellow game. But these are remakes, essentially, with better graphics, better designs, a little bit more story and content added to the game in itself, which, again, I think is a really, really good aspect. This game, for sure, even though for me personally, not as much as Emerald, it's a very, very nostalgic game for a lot of, not just old-school gamers and, you know, people in general, but for the Pokemon fans who are big fans of the video games. So, really, really good game. I think just right off the top of my head, just thinking off what I think about it. But if you guys want a more detailed analysis of it, a lot of things that I like about it, like I mentioned, are the detailed graphics that they have with it. As you guys know from the originals, they were black and white, not as detailed. It was good for the time, but the remakes, I think, are a lot better. I think that you're better off playing them instead of the originals. Of course, I still think you should collect the originals just for the value of them. But, really, really like the story in this game. It's basically the same, beating the gym leaders, going to battle the Pokemon League, you know, that kind of thing. One thing that I really like, though, about the villains in this game are Team Rocket, obviously. I really love the interactions that you have with them. They're all spaced out. They're all very, very interesting to do. I really love Giovanni as, like, the main boss in this game. I think he's an interesting character. He has that transition from the beginning of the game to being this evil guy who's in charge of this criminal organization, and by the time that you beat him, because he's the last gym leader of the game, spoiler alert, but he has a change of heart almost. He disbands Team Rocket, and he, you know, he decides to try to become a better person, I guess, in the end. So, even though it's just, like, this older game, I still like that transition, because that's, like, the first time in the series of Pokemon to that point that a villain actually decided to do that, besides Emerald, of course. But I really like that story arc. I love the like the originality of the Pokemon. The first gen Pokemon, I'm really big fans of. I really love all the different Pokemon they had. I love the starters that they have for it. Me personally, for when I play the game, I pick Charmander every time because I love Charizard. I love all the starters, but Charmander is always the one that I pick. So there's that too. Your rival in this game is also really funny, too. Compared to other Pokemon games, I always name my character Gary, off of the, you know, the guy, obviously, in the original TV series, Ash's, you know, rival/friend, I guess. I always name him Gary. I think it's just really fitting from the character design and from the multiple times that you battle him through the game. As well as battling him in the Pokemon League, he's a real challenge. He's really fun to play. And overall, I think, again, it's just, this game has a lot of interesting characters that they improve on from the original game. And that's something that a lot of, I think, modern Pokemon games just don't have anymore. I'm not going to say that they aren't good. I haven't personally played a lot of them, like Sun and Moon, for example. But the older games have a sense of identity with the characters, the gameplay, the graphics, and I think that originality just contributes to the game as a whole. I don't really have much to say about the gameplay and all the story, because you guys know it by now. It's the same base thing. This is pretty much the game, when it was original, that started the entire Pokemon franchise, as far as the formula that we've all been playing for years goes. But what I actually did want to talk about, though, mainly with this game, as far as, I like the whole game as a whole, honestly. I don't have any real complaints about it. The only thing I can think is like the pacing at times. The same thing with Emerald. It gets a little bit tedious having to grind all the time, especially whenever you're going down certain areas that you have to go to. You have to get stronger because, you know, the Elite Four aren't exactly easy. And I know grinding's part of Pokemon, but it just gets tedious at times. And then, yeah, there are other times where you're trying to catch all the Pokemon and everything. But that's just normal stuff. So, honestly, no real complaints about the game. But one of the main things I wanted to discuss was the differences from this game and the original game, the original version of this game, was they had the aspects of a whole bunch of numbered islands. So, yeah, like 1 island, 2 island, 3 island. And then, basically, after you beat the 7th gym leader, Blaine, you go with Bill, the guy who created the storage system that you use in the game. You go with him to 1 island, 2 island, 3 island, and you go on like this journey to like, you know, get these to help out a friend of his and to help boot up the system with another guy that he has there on the island. And it ends up going like to all these, you beat bikers, you find this girl lost in the woods, you end up traveling all these different islands. It's really cool, it's really interesting, and I love that added content and stuff that they added into it. Just in the interaction with Bill, like there's something a little extra with him that you didn't get in the original, so I really like that. But also I really liked after you beat the Pokemon League, you have like this little mini story arc where you get access to all the other numbered islands. You have to beat Team Rocket again, you have to get 2 gems for Bill's friend, so that way you can boot up the link system to battle against other people and trade and whatnot. So it's really cool to battle against the last of Team Rocket, and you know, there's this little puzzle that you have to do to get the last gem. And it's really satisfying to just go through and explore like the rest of the island and see all these new Pokemon, all these new people. It's really, really interesting stuff, to be honest with you. And there's also a little side story to that too with like one of the Elite Four. You can't go back and challenge them until you complete this little story arc. But there's one where, I forget, Lorelei, I think her name is. She's the very first one. I think she used the ice. Yeah, she's the one that uses the ice Pokemon. She has a little story where she leaves the Pokemon League and goes back to her home island, which I'm not sure what numbered island it was. But once you complete that arc, she returns back to the Pokemon League. So it's really interesting to go with that, too. There's just a lot of stuff added to this game after they decided to remake it for the GBA, and I'm really happy that they did. It has a great story, and has great graphics. The Pokemon there are just all classic. This game is what I would like to call a nostalgia pack. This little cartridge right here is nostalgia, essentially, and it's just a really, really good experience. It's a really good time. I love this game. I didn't grow up with this particular version. I grew up with Leaf Green. Funny story behind that was, I actually saw Leaf Green one day when I was on, I think, elementary school, and one of my friends was on the bus, and I played the game, and for the first time, and I accidentally released his Kabuto that he got near the beginning of the game in Mount Moon as well as a fossil. The problem with that was you couldn't get it back, so yeah, I was a pretty terrible person for doing that then. But you know, it got better. He started a new save file, and keep in mind this was like 4th or 5th grade, right? I was like 8, 9 years old, so you know what? It's over 10 years ago, all right, everybody. So before you start judging me, all right, I just wanted to share that little story about probably one of my first experiences, if not my first experience with playing these original games. And funnily enough, that same friend was actually the one who gave me this game, so there's that. But either way, guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. In the comment section down below, let me know what you guys think of this game. If I had to give an overall rating of this game, you know what, I'm gonna give it another 10 out of 10, simply for the nostalgia factor and all the stuff that I mentioned in this video. I can't really think of any real flaws with the game. I mean, this was the original game that started the Pokemon formula, so again, I don't have any complaints. So yeah, I'm pretty solid on giving it a 10 out of 10. But yeah, either way, guys, again, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Again, in the comments, let me know what you guys think of this game. If you guys have any other game suggestions, they don't have to be Pokemon, by the way. They can be any game, older or new. It doesn't really matter to me. And I'll review it regardless if I have the game or not, because, you know, I'll just go out and get the game. So, whatever. Either way, guys, thank you guys once again for watching the video. I've said that enough times already. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel to catch the next video with that bell on, so that way you guys will get notified every single time I post a video. And again, comment your thoughts and feelings on this review down below. And until next time, I'll catch you dudes later. Peace out.